Page 19. They're dealing with the black keys and half steps and whole steps, getting into some theory. Remember I said the black keys tell us what the white keys are because of the groups and the white key in relation. And by now you need to know what the white keys are. I mean, it doesn't take long to learn them. You can happen pretty quickly. There's only 7 of them. And so I'm trusting by now you know the names of the white keys on the keyboard. Now we get into the black keys. The black keys are the sharps and the flats. And you already know, I hope, a sharp goes up and a flat goes down a half step. A half step is the closest distance we have in our harmonic system. On the piano, a half step is the next note, white or black. So a C, if I go up a half step, I go here. It's the next note. If I go down a half step, I go here. It's the next note, white or black. Okay. Sharps go up. If that's a C, that's a C sharp, D, D sharp, E, E sharp. Yes, there are E sharps, and that is an E sharp. It's also an F. However, keep in mind that all the keys on the piano have more than one name. There are 2 names. Some of them even have 3 names. You're going to love it. But it makes sense. Don't worry about it. So this is an F, F sharp, G, G sharp, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Flats go down. C, C flat, or B, whichever. B flat, A flat, G, G flat. That's the way it works. So the the black keys are in relation to the whites. Now they talk about whole steps. Well, 2 halves make a whole. That's it. That's as complicated as it gets. So a half step is the next note, white or black. A whole step, just go up another half step. So here, that's a whole step. It's got 1 note in between. So the whole step, half step, whole step, okay. This, that's a whole step because it's got 1 note in it. Whole step. This, that's a whole step because there's 1 note in between. Whole step, that's a whole step. Get the idea? Whole steps and half steps. You need to know these to understand a lot of the theory that's coming. So make sure. And in piano, it's easy to see it. The layout's rather nice and orderly. You can see it. When I had to take music theory in college many years ago, and I'm picturing a piano keyboard and doing this in my head with a piano keyboard helped a lot in music theory. Yeah. The bottom page 19, they have a little bit about playing by ear. I'll leave that up to you and your teacher and your class or whatever to handle that stuff. On page 20, they have building a whole step patterns. Okay, so what do they want you to do? Begin the given key an ascending 3-note pattern using whole steps. Well, okay, you just go up whole. Now first, C, a whole step up is a D and another whole step up is an E. Let's go a little further than that. Deal with a whole tone or a whole step scale. Whatever. We'll get into scales eventually. We're just going to cover it now since we're doing this. It's easy to see on a piano because, as I said, the keys are arranged very neatly. Very nice. There's only 2 of them you have to deal with to speak of. These are whole steps. If I go up another whole step, now I got to use black keys. Now I'm on black keys. Now I go up another whole step. Now I got to go to white key. So I'm using white keys here and black keys here. Or I use white keys here and black keys here. Here. So either I'm doing this or I'm doing this. That's it. On whole tone scales, that's it. That's what you get. Either every note is a whole step apart, and these are the only 2 you can have. As far as I know, there is. So keep that in mind here. So if we start on a C, am I here or am I here? I'm here, I'm going to go here. A G, I'm here, I'm going to go here. I'm in white keys, but the 4th one, an F sharp, I'm going to go here. See, they're all the white keys and black or black keys and white. That's it. Yeah, knock yourself out. Have fun with that. Let's talk chromatic scales. I'm guessing you already know what a chromatic scale is. Well, first let's go back and say, what is a scale? Do they even tell you what a scale is? And I'm sure you probably already know what a scale is, but I'm going to tell you my version of a scale. It's my video, so I'm going to do it. To me, a scale is a set pattern of whole steps and half steps. We don't know how many notes are involved. The different scales have different number of notes, but it is a set pattern of whole steps and half steps. And we'll talk more about it in the future, but for a chromatic scale, this pattern is they're all half steps, using every note. And a chromatic scale, I don't really teach them in my lessons. It's like a circle. Where does a circle start? Well, anywhere it wants to, it's a circle. Well, same thing with the chromatic scale, because you're using all the keys, it can start and end anywhere. So whatever. And that's basically what it is. And piano, there's sort of a standard fingering, although there's more than one. And when you get it in music, you might finger it some other way. But to give you an idea of fingering a chromatic scale, in case you want to play them, just the scale, we're going to use third finger on the black keys. Okay, and we're going to use fingers 1 or 2 on the white. And the reason we have to have both is because we have a situation where we have 2 white keys together. So the thumb is going to use it most of the time. But when the next one is a white key, I got to use second finger to help it out. And that's all it is. Thumb 3, 2, 3, 2. Going down, same thing. Doesn't matter. Don't go that fast. The idea, that's the fingering. Left hand, same thing. Just use 1 and 2 now. Okay. It's a place to start. So you want to practice chromatic scales, that's fine. You want to get adventures, do them together. Here. Start on any key, it doesn't matter. Third fingers are playing the black keys. But when you get to the white keys, now it's a 2 and a 1. And then it's here. These are backwards. Just the way the hands are. Whatever. Have fun playing the chromatic scale. It's a good one to know, and it's a good one to be able to play eventually without looking at the keyboard, so you can feel where these keys are.